What's up, everybody? It's ya boy Krydex. Welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here recording, even though I don't even need to. I'm an episode ahead in my recordings, and that was because I've got other stuff going on today, and I was like, I might need to do other stuff and not record that day. But here I am. I wanted to record an episode because I'm having so much dang fun. I was like, I don't want to not play Pi today. So here we are. I am having, this is, I think, the most fun I've ever had in Factorio. It's either that or my life circumstances have all aligned to make my Factorio time feel like more of a fun escape from reality. It could be because I have another job now, so like playing video games in general just feels a little more special because I don't have as much time for it. It could be the spot we're in with Factorio. I don't know. It could be a lot of things. It could be that I'm not making as much content as I was. You know, I'm not a full-time content creator anymore. So that, because I've got other things going on, this part feels more special. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I'm loving it. Ba 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 ba. And it's a good time. Now, why am I out of mechanical parts? Still, that seems like it shouldn't be. And my research is ready to do more. So we're gonna look into that. We're gonna look into this. We're out of utility boxes. We're out of utility boxes because we're out of tinned cable. Now that I didn't see coming. Why are we out of tinned cable? In fact, where does tinned cable come from? Are we getting it shipped in? No, it's being made right here. Oh, it just doesn't have enough. Let's get that up to, I don't know, 60 recipes. That's still only 15 seconds. Okay, by the way, there's a setting in the mod settings where I can increase the paste amount bigger than 1. I just often use 1 at a time, so I'd rather click 50 times once in a while than change the settings all the time. But you could have it, I think I used to have it defaulted to 5 recipes per click, because like in a more normal playthrough of Factorio, 5 recipes getting pasted in is about right. Yeah, let's go to 100 there. Also, we have a regular inserter here. What is going on? This is like amateur hour for Krydex. There we go. Now we're zooming. Okay, and what is... That's the channel 01, okay. Bump that up to 1200, and I think I'm gonna make another one, to be honest. Bot mall buffer both. I don't know. I'm trying to stay kind of clean with this, so I'll put this along the bottom line. It's not the most efficient, but it's okay. All right, how many? 1200 tinned cable right there, and then the stuff along the right side gets channel 1, so I'll remove channel 0 there, and that should already have raw fiber requested. Change that all to channel 1, and then we just paste. Now I will change the setting because it's going to take me a year to click that many times. Change that to 5, hit the back button, shift right click, shift left click, go up to, we'll go to 120 just because I'm not sure. With the further distance, it might actually need more. And then change the setting back to 1. All right, so that should guarantee we have tinned cable going a little faster. Hopefully we can keep up with these utility boxes. And just in general, these should all be fast inserters. I'm gonna change all of the buildings. Have fast inserters here. Probably not trains. Trains, not so much. But all the things that get used as ingredients in other things should have fast inserters. That looks good. Alright. Hopefully that increases our rate of utility box. And I only have one request here? What is going on with me? We should have like 4 requested. They do take 30 seconds to craft, to be fair, but still. This is a crafting speed of 2, so it's only 15 seconds to craft. So this gives me a buffer of 45 seconds extra. No, I guess a minute extra, because once one of them is crafting... Yeah, it gives me a full minute buffer that way. Yeah, the problem is we have 50 tin cables in the recipe. 4.2 items per second. It should be able to almost keep up with the full rate there. And 0.06 utility boxes, is that enough to constantly make mechanical parts? It's really not. And this is for 0.5 mechanical parts a second. How much does science use? Science uses only 0.033 to be fair. So mechanical parts should catch up. I'm gonna let that go to 100. It should catch up here eventually. We just had tin cable going way too slow, but now we've got a lot more of it, so that should be good. Okay, well, that was a good little detour. Two for upgrade finished. Did we decide on our 2 for turd? I don't think we did. We hummed and hawed about it for a long time. Oh no, we did. This one we decided fungicide. I will say, remember, I think I pointed this out in the episode after we analyzed this, that I had forgotten something, and that was to look at the seeds themselves as an ingredient, because that's what this is good for. It sucks for producing more tufra. This basically gets you only a few % productivity on tufra. Because by the time you're already at this one, you know, having slightly better seed ratio from 2.8 to 2.11, like that doesn't do much for you. So that's not a big deal. But what is a big deal is that it makes the tufra seeds themselves basically 20% more productive. So for anything that uses, ooh, that's not what I wanted. For anything that uses tufra seeds, all of these recipes, the tufra seed part of the cost becomes roughly 20% cheaper. Which is not nothing, but at the same time, it doesn't feel that significant. And I think, given that the other one, you know, has much more significant savings, like on recipe 3, we don't have to use pesticide. And it even gives us a little bit of a productivity boost and a little bit of a speed boost, right? That's a 5% productivity boost right there, which is, you know, compared to 11, what's 11/8? I guess that's a 37% productivity boost on tufra seeds. That's pretty decent. I still think this is better. The pollution is irrelevant. So, oh my god, I almost hit select. We can't do that until we make fungicide. Make fungicide for tufra turd. That needs to be on... It's not high up on my to-do list. But eventually. I just about hit the select button. Okay, incubator upgrade. We need to look into that. Incubator and data array are ready to upgrade. Let's see. compost as well. Ooh. Definitely need better starch. I'm just gonna do that to get it out of the way. I don't think I need cadaveric arums for Kimsai. But they do give you an interesting way to make acid gas. Which makes me feel like the Fuwoji turds shouldn't be as good as it is, because I somehow doubt this is going to be as good as Fuwoji to make acid gas. We do need Navens though, right? Yeah, I need Navens for the SAM. So we'll research Navens after that. I kind of want to work towards the molecular decohesion, though. Are we gonna need that on the way to Kimsai? Oops. I don't think we are. Gosh, these... I wish I could zoom out on this. We're gonna need small parts stage 2. We're gonna need EVA. Oh, hold on. Hold the phone. Oh, that's right, they moved the research. Okay, I was like, why do we not have... I don't know if you guys remember, but we were in the process of researching this guy that gets us more inserter capacity, which is a big deal. This is a really big deal of a research. I actually think we should fast check this, because this has the most significant impact on our base by far of anything. And we need all of these researches anyway to get to Kimsai. We need intermetallics and we need electric engine. And from there, it's only 3 researches. I think I'll have plenty of other things to work on while these research. Radar stage 2, look at that, in case you need better radar. Yeah, we need intermetallics, we need electric engine, and then we need nuclear research. And then we'll be ready to go on actually researching Kimsai, which is absolutely crazy to me. And then from there, I might work on red belts. I don't actually know. That's crazy. We're like nearing the end of Pi 2. I say that, but look at all these. These are all Pi 2 researches still. So I say that, but there's still a lot of Pi 2 left in the left in the tank here. Okay, these are awesome, and I want uranium text plates right now. Anyway, back to what we're doing. So let's finish our antimony setup. That's the stuff we're doing in this episode. So it was this build. And this one was going to import the grade 4 antimony. That's what we were going to do. I set that up at the end of the last episode. I remember that now. So we need to get grade 4 antimony on a belt out of Dodge here. There's no, well, I could go right here on this line and then go underneath. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Okay, so, that's okay. You know what, we'll give it an extra space. And then this chaos is indeed chaos. Okay, so we'll bring antimony down, and then we'll have it come across right about here. I'll let the bots deal with that. They'll live. The nice thing about construction bots is if you're not like waiting and watching, it happens and you don't have to worry about it. All right, and then the grade 4, I can, oop, I just reversed that belt on accident. I can literally just have it come off the end here. And that way we're naturally prioritizing these guys to make antimox. So it's only if we have enough Antimox that Antimony's even going this way. Which it will be. We already know we've got more Antimony than needed. Or, well... Yes and no. I say more Antimony than needed. What I really mean is we are capable of making more Antimony than we're currently using. But I don't actually know that we can make 10 a second, because that would require us to mine a lot of ore. And I don't... Do we have enough fluid fuel? We saw some fluid fuel issues in the last episode. I don't actually know if everything's kosher right now. But this should be able to just go up here. It looks like we're actually running out of bot range, so let's get a another roboport here. Mergify that, speed this up, and this is called Antimony grade 4 provide, and that's it. Sometimes it is that easy. Okay, so this guy is then going to request that Antimony grade 4. Probably called grade 4. Oh yeah, in parentheses. Okay, Antimony grade 4. And we're using a lot. So... we're actually going to need more space here, and the amount of stacks... 50 stacks? That gives us 30 spare stacks. 7, that's only like 4 minutes. Let me go another. And so 60 stacks of that, plus the lead, plus the lime, plus the fuel. The lime. 44. Wow, this is actually needing to be bigger than I thought. Okay, and then lead plate. That can be a little smaller, like 25 probably. Yeah, 26, be a little safe. And then finally the fuel. We do need a lot of megajoules here. Am I just doing raw? Oh, look at that. If only I could mine raw coal. Although that does consume drill heads. How fast does it go, though? Mining speed 20 a second? Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Plus it doubles, because raw coal is 50% mine time. Oh, but this burns kerosene? Where does it say it burns kerosene? Oh, that would be on the mining fluid here. Yeah. Okay. So that's never going to be any good. Given we can get it for free, having to use kerosene is ridiculous. But that is an absurd amount of raw coal. Anyway, the question kind of becomes here, should I use raw coal or something with a higher fuel value? And I think I just have to use raw coal for now, because coke is better. Oh, but it also stacks higher. See, the problem is how many trains we need if we use raw coal. How many stacks we need. Fiber is twice as much fuel. It's 4 times fewer trains to use fiber. But how much fiber would we be talking? If we actually used fiber for this. Yeah, that's absurd. I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I could probably afford this amount of coke. Yeah, we definitely have 7 coke a second. In fact, it might help our base to have a place to burn coke, to be honest. But what we're really hoping for is the event. I don't think we get solid fuel in this game. I think that's a misnomer. Misnomer is the wrong word. Red herring. Yeah, solid fuel is not a thing. It's disabled, I'm pretty sure. The vanilla solid fuel. Activated carbon is just not cheap enough to be competitive. So it's really until we get the coal briquettes. which we do get actually, and I keep saying soon when we look at early Kimsai. By soon, I mean like the next 100 hours soon, but it's not literally soon. This is good. This is a good recipe. 10 coal briquettes is 600 megajoules of fuel. That's equivalent to 200 raw coal. Or we can do charcoal briquettes, which are even crazier. Complex, to be sure. We'll have to see if we think it's worth it. This one might be better. Creosote's the only thing. Glycerol is cheap, right? I don't remember what glycerol is. No. Glycerol is not cheap. Okay, never mind. Yep, glycerol is not cheap at all. It's 1 skin makes 10 glycerol, so then this is like 2 skin is required for 10 coal briquettes. And that's still not like a ton of skin, and I'm guessing skin is something we have been trashing. Looks like we make about an average of 0.5 a second. Interesting. All right, that's all besides the point. Back to what we're doing here. 192 slots versus 130 stacks requested. Oh, and we need plastic too. I might need another requester for raw coal, or maybe I piggyback on this one. That one's at 117. I think I'm okay piggybacking on this one because the actual rates here are all fairly small. I'm gonna add 24 more slots, and that should give me enough slots for raw coal from that. And then we'll put plastic here. Plastic, bar, I don't know, 30 is the rate. Yeah, 30's fine. No, 30, we'll say 34. Alright, that works. Okay, and then we need fish oil, oxygen, acetic, and peroxide. So, why do we have chlorine in both of these? That's problematic. I don't know, I screwed something up. That one's not filtered. Ah! That's what happened. It stole. This stole chlorine. You know what? We're gonna need to be over there for personal reasons. Anyway. I should say personnel reasons. It is nice to see that methyl acrylate, like, it does scale with the size. I guess this does too. Interesting. Show tag in chart. Interesting. Okay, anyway, what was I over here to do? Oh yeah, I was gonna pump out of this one into this one, which is gonna take me a second to figure out the right. So we need to do this, 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 power. And empty that bad boy out. Getting down to the minimum pump rate. And we are done. All right, here we go. Remove all that. Okay, perfect. Back to square one, where this is requesting fish oil here. Fish oil. Rate 800 a minute, so 5 minutes on is like 35,000. I usually think about what feels safe and then I add 5,000 to it. That's kind of been my motto. So it's closer to like 10 minutes of spare time when I have the room. Might as well. Okay, so there's that one. This is ingredients. What is this? Antimony. This is ethylene glycol. This is dow froth. Dow froth. Input 1. FR. This is dow froth. Input 2. Okay, and then the other thing we needed was acetic and hydrogen peroxide. This is going to be a very expensive. Very expensive episode in terms of what our trains are doing. I don't want to request more than this just because of how expensive the buffer is. But I kind of need to. Oop, not 400,000. Okay, and then this guy. It's wired up. Hydrogen peroxide, and then I needed oxygen, so we need one more. Which I am just going to go outside. Okay. So that one's oxygen. Negative 75,000. And here's the expensive one. Peroxide. Yikes. We're not going to be at this rate until this is the main way we're making. But I don't want to find that I'm not getting enough antimony because of this ancient request being too small. So for now, we'll just make it the full 37,000 should be enough. Like 6 or 7 minutes extra. About 38,000. All right. There goes my life savings of peroxide and more. I don't even know how much peroxide we have built up. We have... Oh, we have 53,000 built up. Not terrible. Why are we not building more up, is the question. It looks like I've jacked something up here. Oh, by the way, this I screwed this up. I loosely remembered this in a different. It was either right after I ended an episode or something. I forgot to change it. So I want to wait until there's more than 2 tailings on that belt for this one to run. Anyway, maybe even more than 3, because tailings are getting put onto both sides of the belt. So. Maybe even more than 4. Okay, so what's happened here? You know what? I think that's actually the problem. Wait. No, I don't know what the problem is. Hold on. We're out of blue liquor because we're out of tailings dust. Yeah. See, remember we made too much tailings dust, but this isn't a proper overflow system. I didn't do this right. And so we stole too many tailings. So now I need to delete some acid gas. Hopefully that should fix it. I'll keep deleting acid gas actually. Because we have a way to avoid extra tailings, we don't have a way to avoid too much acid gas. We shouldn't need it. See, the thing is, I just don't know how many, Okay, hold on. I'm gonna delete that for a second. How many end up on this belt if it's fully compressed? That's what I wasn't sure of because of the corner. So it does end up with 7. So that means I want this to run properly. What do I do? Let's see, Alt D, Shift click. There we go. So I only want this to run. if it's at 7. Or if, yeah, greater than 6. Okay. It seems to change. See, it's at 5 right now. When it wasn't moving, it was at 5. Uh-oh. Now that's janky. Oh no. We can't accurately measure. What if I read all? Looks like 82 is about full. Because it reads all the way to here. This is not the right way to do this. Alright, hold on. Make 80. Yeah, we overbuilt this by a lot. I think the simplest way to fix this is this. We just do what we did for the other one. That loads into there. This is then output priority right. And then this just goes up to here. Okay, done. That way we have proper prioritization. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. That's how it should have looked. Okay, if we requested everything we need to request, I think we have. So this is almost one where I want to start backwards to forwards. I guess we want to get, we want to deal with the biggest rate first, which is these guys, which needs 24 ball mills. So this is the initial, then it goes into a, well, is this a 2-to-1? That kind of looks like 2-to-1, 24 to 12. So maybe we attach those with direct insertion. And that actually gets you some grade 4 back, which we'll need to recycle properly. That makes it less likely I want to do direct insertion because we get some grade 4 back. It doesn't properly classify everything. All right, so 24 of these guys. Let's leave plenty of space for belts. Do I want to do 12 or 12 by 2 or 4 by 6? I want to do 12 by 2. I am going to stack the antimony so we can do this. And it produces a tiny amount of crushed antimony. Truly tiny. And then we need 12 of these guys. Now, I have an idea. It is kind of direct insertion. I kind of like this idea. I think we're going with it. All right. So that's a pair. And then this one, yes, it will produce some grade 4, but then that will get filtered out. This is kind of a way to sort of almost, it's not direct insertion, but it's not requiring a whole belt to come out and then along this, because each pair is directly linked. I don't know what we call this, direct linkage. Pairing up, I don't know what we want to call it, but essentially this is going to be first of all, plastic and lead can be on a belt. Just trying to think. We know a stack inserter can handle about 12 a second, so I should be okay to grab antimony grade 4. Do we have antimony grade 4 yet, by the way? Oh gosh, what did I do? Antimony grade 4. I did something wrong. Blop. There we go. Fixed. Okay. Oh shoot. Wait. Right, these don't have inactivity. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. I was like, wait, when we upgrade trains, this is gonna bring 50,000 or 40,000 instead of 20,000, and that could break some stations. But it won't, because we don't have inactivity condition set. So the train will just peace out as soon as it gets its 20k that it asked for, even though it could hold more. Alright, we're good. We already checked on that, and I thought we had already checked on that, but then I doubted it again. Okay, so this is gonna be the grade 4 plus lime on the left. And that'll come over and up. Okay, and then these guys should be fast enough to use regular inserters. And then definitely fast enough to just place them onto here. The sides of the belt don't even matter, but technically this is going on both sides of the belt. And then this will get fed into here. So again, it's not direct insertion. This one could be direct insertion. Might as well be. Does that actually save us any UPS? I'm actually curious. Would that save UPS? Because the item never ends up on a belt. I'm not actually sure. Because this item has to end up on the belt anyway, so I imagine it does, but it's like a negligible amount or something. Anyway, this is going to be on the right side of the belt, which is already the correct side, so that just input priority rights. This is going to result in unstacked grade 4, but the rate that we get it is so low. 2 crushed antimony makes half of 1, and 2 crushed antimony came from 10 grade 4. So we'll have 3 stacks that get used up, basically, which then only creates 1 antimony dust. No. 3 stacks, technically 3 1/3 stacks, makes 1 crushed antimony. Sorry. Makes half, so it's actually 6 stacks will make 1 unstacked. So 1 out of every 7 will be unstacked, which will reduce our average stack size, but it won't matter. Because we can handle 22 per second in terms of a stacked lane, so we should be fine. Alright, so that's all good to go. Let's throw a power pole in there. And then another power pole. I don't think I need to deal with anything else. Okay, so then we copy this. That goes there. I'll skip power poles for this one. And then I copy the pair. And is that full power coverage? We're technically missing a tile, but there's nothing built in that tile, so that is good to go. So that is 8 of the 24 we need. So I need 2 more of this whole thing. There is 1 and there is 2. And then I want to make sure we get some more bot coverage in this area. So let's get this built. I'll even build one out here. All right, and then as far as lamps, we'll do 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that should handle it, and that gets those 2 done. Now, I might do direct insert for the lead acetate. Keep wanting to call it zinc acetate, but that's its own thing. Zinc acetate is a little triangle-looking crystal thing, this guy. Very cool icon. which we will also have to make for chemical science at some point. So this is where antimony dust, fish oil, and blah 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 comes together. Okay. Gosh, part of me... Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Normally I wouldn't do this, you guys know me, but in this case, I'm like 80% sure it's never gonna matter. So I'm just gonna direct insert off of this belt, because we only need 6 of these buildings, which is that many. Which means the more than half of what I'm producing, 2/3 of what I'm producing can reach every single building. So like, yeah, it's true that this last building can only provide to 2 of the consumers, but yeah, this should be fine. All right, that is already linked to something, which is not what we like to see. I don't know where fish oil is coming from, but it'll be linked here. And then this is the output, which will again be linked to something. Fish oil is coming in on this guy, which is right here. Okay, there's fish oil hooked up. There's antimony dust hooked up. And yeah, that's all we needed for that one. And then now we need the lead acetate. Oh, I'm dumb. These are way too big. I need to space these out. Sorry. Sorry. It shouldn't ruin anything. It should be fine. Alright, and then these will direct insert there. I'll go like that. And then we copy this. It still shouldn't be a problem. Technically this isn't even a problem if this goes all the way up to like here, right? Because it's like, well, as long as it's a little bit shorter, as long as like maybe the first 2 buildings can feed the first one of these, then we're fine. So this should still be fine. All right, now power for this, definitely gonna be every other. It's actually missing our inserters there. Okay, and the lead is gonna need to run past those guys, which we've not unloaded yet. What the heck? Okay, now I'm genuinely confused. How did... Folks? What? How did a train get... How did this get 8 grade 4 antimony? I'm like, if anyone can solve this, you will get 2 brownie points. Not just regular brownie points, but double brownie points. How did that inserter have 8? Oh, nope, no, never mind. You don't get brownie points. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I didn't even check if a train had already gotten here. It had already unloaded a whole train load. That's why. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore me. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, you lose, you get nothing if you already solved it too, because I solved it 2 seconds later. Okay. Anyway, with the lead, it needs to be unloaded. So how do I want to do that? I kind of want to go off this end and go up this way rather than the alternative, which would be taking up space on this side. And then this goes across. I just forget how this one is supposed to work, but I think it's like that. that right? No, those are oh yeah, no, that is right, actually. That's exactly correct. All right. All right, and then the lead will go... It's cleaner to have it here. All right, and then feed in bottom corner. Those are not going to be powered, which is kind of annoying. Now they are. I keep meaning to get the power comb mod to improve these. All right, so that's done, that's done. Hey, we're almost there. Now we just need a crap ton of flotation cells and our buffs at the end. I should put plastic on the other side of this one too once it's built. And then our fuel is going to be coming off of this one. Get rid of these stupid trees. Alright, this is going to be raw coal. No, I said I was going to use coke. I'm going to use coke. I think... Well, what's actually... This is a good time to look at our basis coke usage. Our coke usage over time has actually been quite high. Let's see, what is it? 60 a minute is 1 a second. 600 is 10. I've been using 40 a second. But is that because... Didn't I set up voiding for coke here? On purpose? I wonder how much coke voiding I'm doing. Just to get rid of coke. I don't remember. I don't think I'm voiding coke on purpose anywhere. That means we're actually using 40 a second? That feels surprising to me. Why are we using 40 a second? What are we using it for? Is it for acetylene, mostly? That's definitely a good amount of it actually is going to acetylene. Which someday we'll have built on trains, but our vanilla acetylene build... I say vanilla, starter base is the right term. Our starter base acetylene build is still going strong, so I don't actually need to replace it yet. Anyway, it's just a question of like, should I use another 8 coke a second? Feels a little risque. But if I don't use coke, I'm gonna be using like 12 raw coal a second, which is so much. That's so many trains. So many trains full of raw coal. I fear I won't be able to get the trains in fast enough. We'll just go with it. By the time I have the need for anything better, I will have bigger trains, red belts, etc. Okay, how many stacks do I have? I have up to 168, so there's 160, 167, perfect. All right. What did I just research? I missed what I researched. Starch stage 2. That will be important. I don't care about it yet, but... Alright, and this is all fluids, which is kind of nice. These guys are all fluids. So, I'll have 2 spaces here. I'll leave 2 extra spaces just because I can. And then rotate, flip. Yeah, like this, 2, 3, and then we'll just connect across. Do the classic boom, boom, boom. This is hooked up, boom, 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 boom. And then we'll connect across on these guys. That one and that one. We'll pull off the left side for that. We can remove these. Everything else is good. And we need 18 of these. $10, 14, 16, 18. All right. Is that in construction? Yeah, that's in range. It's in power. Okay. Power, skip, power, skip, power, skip, power, skip. Power. Build another bot thing up there. Lamp, lamp. And now I just need to connect all the fluids. So the fluids are Dow froth, pressurized air, which needs a pressure pump for that one. That one's the easiest. We literally, we can make it from thin air. Make it from regular air even, not just thin air. All right, super corny joke. I don't even know if that counts as a joke. You can be mad if you want. All right, and then the one concentrate one niobium niobium. This is not niobium. This is antimony pulp one. Sorry, not concentrate. And then that gets us pulp 2 and concentrate. And now we need the Dow froth, which, where did we leave the Dow froth? The Dow froth is left here. Let's actually have it go alongside this area. So then that way, if we need to build more trains, we don't screw it up later. So here's the Dow froth. And that connects to this guy. Dow froth connected, pressurized air, antimony pulp 1 connected. Perfect, done. Oh wait, we didn't connect, we're lacking 2 things here. We didn't connect the peroxide, which is here. Okay, peroxide next to there. And then the acetic acid comes in here. Okay, so now that's hooked up. Now the lead plates aren't happening because that's not powered up and we didn't filter on lead plates. Okay, so now the lead plates should be good. So now that's gonna be done, which then will make this done, which then will make this done once the Dow froth is hooked up. Okay, we're almost done. We're gonna get it done in this episode, baby. All right, where's the, are we gonna be able to build here? I think so. So then the coke, which is gonna fuel everything. Coke, not coke. What is this? Rock wool. Rock wool comes over. And the plastic. Which probably should just be split off from the lime here. No, 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 no. That doesn't work. The lime, nope, nope, nope. Ignore me, ignore me, ignore me. I shouldn't have unbuilt that. This already has 2 things on it. This is going to be plastic. But then we're going to split it off. Plastic bar. Okay, so there's the plastic bar and there's that. And then we run both of those by both sets of buffs. And the question is, do I want 2 rows of them? I kind of do, just for clarity's sake, but I don't really need to. You know what maybe I'll do So I'll have 2 columns, but they're horizontally flipped like this. Do 4 spaces between them. So we'll have 1, which is the pulp 2, and 1 which is this guy. So then we have this weird kind of like, those aren't actually the same, even though they normally would be in this kind of build. And then we have only 3, which are doing the concentrate, and we have 6, which are doing the pulp, potentially. Not yet. For now, we're not even using the pulp. Because for now, the pulp only exists. Hey, we got our first antimony pulp 2. For now, the antimony pulp 2 only exists in order to, I can't do words. It only exists in order to... Is one inserter fast enough? 1.2 times... No, it's not. We're gonna need fast inserter. Only exists in order to make science, or red circuits, or whatever it is we need. I don't remember if it's for red circuits or for science. What is this for? Genuinely, like, I'm struggling to remember. What is the antimony pulp 2 for? It's for circuits. Yeah, we need it for the wafers. Okay, cool. So then, for now, we'll run the raw coal to here, and then the plastic will run along here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so there, our plastic is in. Now we need to get ash and antimony oxide out. Ideally with fast inserters, because of all the ash. Ash count, is it going to exceed 7.5 on one side of the belt? That'll be 25 megawatts. What's 25 divided by 3? That is going to exceed the ash count. So that means we're going to have to every other... This guy. Do one on that side to spread that love out. These are going to come together. We're going to need a trasher for ash. Didn't think about that. So just now. There's our ash. We're just gonna... Ah! Hotkeys. The attack of the hotkeys. Alright, that'll be ash. And then... These are gonna come together. Do we have a provider? Yeah, it's over there. They merge. Ash goes right. No, ash goes left. It's there. And then this is Antimox for profit. And that comes over to here. Now, here's the question. So I think what we want to do... This is a little interesting. I think I actually want this to be a higher priority because antimony oxide provide. The reason is I'm not gonna plug in the pulp 2 to make this yet, because for now the pulp 2 is only for circuits. Once I get the cheaper peroxide and I finish out the cheaper ways to make all these things, I guess it's mostly just the peroxide, then I'll plug in the pulp 2 to also make antimony oxide, and we'll just stop making antimony the old way completely. I think that's what we want. Plastics on this belt. Goes on that belt. All right. I didn't power everything up though. That's my mistake. Okay. I think that does it. Once the bots are finished. That'll get rid of the ash. That'll provide the Antimox. That's coming from the concentrate. So we're going to get that as a byproduct, essentially, of the pulp too. So for a little while, we're going to be getting some extra antimony as a byproduct of the process here. And then channel 4 will be for our pulp 2, which we said we can access here. And then the last one I need is to plug in the concentrate, which is here. Oh, and the oxygen. I didn't plug in the oxygen. Oxygen's right there. This one's pretty chill. Oxygen. I think we're good. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, that is done. I mean, that's pretty good looking build, if I don't say so myself. And this was one of the last things before we can start work on red circuits in earnest, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, if I look at this gigantic list, and I can probably delete this now because we separately built that, right? Yeah, it's in the antimony section. So I can delete this block. I can delete the peroxide block. Or do I have a peroxide block? Hold on. We do not. Let's copy that. Okay, block. And then we go back to here, copy, go back to there, paste. Okay, so now, because those are the numbers that I used, so I just, again, want to have access to that. Yeah, it was 1.75 of these, by the way, thickeners. But I digress. What am I doing? Delete this. Should have the right thing selected. Okay, so now this is where we're at. We also have silicon done. So I can remove the weird trichlorosilane stuff. I can remove green sick. SIC. Sick sounds weird to say. We did make nice eye, right? I'll double check on that. Pretty sure we made nice eye. And we made wafers. We already made wafers. Okay. And we made acetic acid. Alright. So let me double check on the silicon area. Where was that? Oh, right here. Definitely made silicon, definitely made EGS. We did make nice eye, and we did make silicon carbide, which is currently dead because of powdered quartz. Is that a problem? Oh yeah, it is a problem. Thank you to whoever left that comment, by the way. I screwed some up here. Someone said that putting quartz on this side of the belt was gonna jack something up, and you were completely correct. I normally give myself some insurance to not make that mistake, and I didn't here, so that's on me. Definitely on me. Alright, let's go fix that. Quick. Wow, we already got some Antimox coming out of that. Is there anything else we needed to do with that? I don't think so. Wait, this is not where I want to be. I need to be over at the quartz. Where is that? That's pretty far away. We did hook this up to the thingy, right? Yeah, so that'll be filling up. What's it stopped up on? Uh-oh. Really? So that one has to be there. I guess that makes sense, actually. Huh. I wonder if these last couple should be fast inserted, just to guarantee that they don't... The more that they miss going past them, the more issues we have, so... I think it works a little better that way. Anyway, we're just short on the grade 4 in general. But, okay, so to fix this, we just need to take quartz off of this belt to make the powdered quartz, so that we can actually fit the powdered quartz onto the belt. Yeah, I know. Actually, you know what we'll do is we'll just fill these buildings. We got lots of buildings to fill here with quartz ore. Wait, now I'm double confused. How did that end up on both belts? I thought it was just the powdered quartz belt that I screwed up. What the heck? Oh no, there's only one powder. Sorry, it is the crushed quartz belt I screwed up on. This is the glass belt, molten glass belt that we're doing over there. Alright, get out of here. I don't want crushed quartz. This has been a long episode, so we are gonna have to call it there, but we fixed that. Thank you, YouTube commenter. I don't remember who you were, but you saved that. So powdered quartz is running again. That should be good. And then we are done with this guy. Just make sure I didn't forget anything. I guess a lamp over here and maybe up here. Nothing's blinking. Things are running. And we're getting some free antimony oxide for our troubles. Not cheap, in the sense that we are still costing hydrogen peroxide to make it, but we need the antimony pulp anyway, so that's fine. If I really wanted to be stingy, which maybe I should be. Huh. So 10 antimony pulp represents 0.3 circuits. So we need 33 antimony pulp per circuit. If I'm storing 75,000 antimony pulp, that is 2,000 circuits worth that we're storing. That seems a little excessive, especially because we're going to have a buffer on the other end. So what I might do as my last action here is insmollinate this tank, so we don't have as much of a buffer. You've heard of embiggening, but have you heard of insmollining? It's a thing now. I've made it a word. Because, yeah, I don't think... Of course, it doesn't fit exactly 2 tiles away. What's the easiest way to do this? Probably... I actually don't know. Probably two-step process. I'm gonna craft another one of those. We're going to pump out and into that. Until this is empty. Basically. Okay. And then the rest will get shoved into the pipes. Then I replace it with this. Then I hook it up again. And then I also key is hook it up to these. Okay, that was hooked up on that end. That's very important that those are all attached. Okay, and then we reverse this back in. Done. Perfect. Okay, so now we don't have as absurd of a buffer situation going on here. Basically just one train full, which is enough for 750 circuits, because it'll be that divided by 3. Cool, cool, cool. Wait, did I? Oh, I called it 10 instead of 9.6. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, what are the odds that works out exactly that way, but it doesn't, because it's really 9.6 divided by 0.3. That's the amount per circuit, and then we have 25,000. So yeah, not an exact science. But all that to say, we need to be done with the episode, but look, this is all we need for red circuits, and I have access and have completed almost every single one of these. I think the only one we haven't done, there's literally only one. Nope, there's two. There's two. There's ferrite and there's cermet, and those are both quite simple, like 1-2-step processes. I think we even have the aluminum pulp 1, don't we? I guess the PCS tier 2 requires nylon part. Oh, the phenolic boards. Okay. Which is bakelite. Okay, but even that's not bad. So yeah, we are actually very close to red circuits at this point. That feels really good. What was I gonna look at? Oh, the aluminum pulp 1. No, we do not have aluminum pulp 1. We only have molten aluminum from powdered. So we're gonna have to revamp our aluminum a bit to get that as well. Aluminum pulp 1. Put that on our list. All right. Well, I'm calling it an episode there. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one.